Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another season of Mondays Down South. We've missed you guys dearly. It's been season 4. Ev's teeing it up with those fingers. Hold up those fours for us, baby. Fourth down, fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Get it. Fourth quarter. That's what's up. We are very excited to have you guys all back. We've had a lot of goals, a lot of improvements along the way, and I think this is going to be our biggest, baddest, best season yet. We're coming in excited, refreshed. It's a nice break, but we've missed our football. That's where we're going with this. We're starting with the NFL season all over again. That's our mainstay. That's what we love talking about. We love our pick'ems. We love our weekly betting patterns. We love all of that, and it's coming back to you again with Mondays Down South. I'm going to kick it over to Mr. Zach Bakulik to say hello. And I just want to say we're excited. Zebo, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Sai. Hey, it's good to be back, guys. Honestly, right before we recorded, I was jumping up and down, like punching air, just freaking out, knowing that we're back for another season. And I'm really proud of us, guys, because I'd also prefaced this right before the podcast started. We all, I was trying to assess if we look different over the years, because we've just started to run this back and we've gotten so comfortable with being in front of the camera. So it's here we are again, guys, season 4, ready to jump back into it for the 2024 NFL season. But just as a quick reminder for everyone watching, Zach McCulloch out of Charlotte, North Carolina, not a Panthers fan. I'm a Falcons fan and a Hornets fan. So I've got a little bit of that Charlotte street cred. But for the season this year, we're going to be talking a lot of Atlanta Falcons football, Indianapolis Colts, and Washington Commanders. So all 3 very mediocre subpar teams. So, I'm just warning you guys now, listening audience. But I'll kick it over to Evan. Just really excited for the season, and let's see what he has to say.
Yes, sir. Thanks, my guys. We are so back, like you mentioned. Just excited to be back for another year. Can't wait to have football back. I have enjoyed baseball season, though. For those that know, big Baltimore Orioles fans, so that's been going strong. But JMU Dukes, and as Zach mentioned, the Commanders. But just pumped to be back, pumped to have football back, pumped to chop it up with you guys every week. I'm really proud of what we did last year, and looking to just keep it growing this year. So yeah, let's get after it.
Yeah, I think you guys. Now that you mentioned your teams, I don't want to do my teams a disservice, so I'm going to jump in and say I'm a Indianapolis Colts fan, as Zach alluded to, and you could speak subpar for your team. I'm excited about my Colts this year. I'm a New York Mets fan. I'm sure we'll delve into all things football related. Evan, I'm glad we've done enough of a number on Zach to have to specify that he's a Falcons fan. And it is very convenient that he makes a point of that now that they have Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, which I'm sure we'll talk about plenty too. So I'm excited. I will say, we said we weren't going to do full goals, but I do have one goal for us this year, and I think it'd be fun to tee this up in our intro for the year. Zach, Evan, and I, we meet up every year in New York City, Evan's home turf right now, to meet up for the Super Bowl. And last year we pitched an idea of next year when we do it, let's host an MDS Super Bowl party in New York City where we find a spot, we rent it out, we try to get all our buddies, significant others, whatever you want, to come to New York and do it. And that is the goal I'm setting for us this year, especially as we roll into the season. We're going to get ahead of that, and we're going to try to make this happen and create one of the most epic year 4, like we said, fourth quarter bashes for MDS that we've ever had. So that is my goal for the year, gentlemen.
That's an incredible goal. Definitely something I want to knock out this year. I feel like we could have, if we had the foresight, have done it last year with how many people we had, but that was more of a, just kind of came about. But yeah.
Indeed. Gentlemen, Evan, do you want to let them know where they can find everything? That's a good way to wrap up our little trailer here.
Yeah, definitely. So as always, still on YouTube. If you want the full video experience, that's still going to be our main platform. So do us a favor, subscribe if you haven't already, like there. One of my goals this year is to definitely do better about having Spotify and all of the other podcasting platforms up and running. So You should be able, once this is up, you should be able to access all of the podcasts on, wherever you get your podcasts as well. So, if that's your preference, follow us there. And then Instagram also. So every week on Instagram, we'll be kind of giving a little teaser of the episode, and also just a great way to engage people. And then I did want to just touch on some of the other content you can find from Mondays Down South. So as I mentioned on Instagram, one of the things I want to do better about this year is, we do a lot through this podcast, not just coming on and talking sports, but like Cy mentioned, every week we do our weekly pick'ems. And if you want to follow along with us after the podcast, we will post the picks board on Instagram before the games begin. So you can check us out there, see how we're doing, give your picks in the comments, that type of thing. And then every week we're going to have a 3-game parlay as well with our 3 best bets that we came up with as a group. So if you want some betting tips, keep an eye on that pick slide on the Instagram for the parlay also. And then I'm also going to be doing weekly quarterback rankings through Instagram as well. So started doing that to the end of last year. It was a lot of fun. Have a nice tiering system that we built that's keeps it entertaining. So keep an eye out for some weekly quarterback rankings as well. I think that's pretty much it for me, unless you guys have anything else you want to be working on.
Yeah, I'll say a personal goal for me is, I haven't even told Evan and Zach this, but once a week, whether it's 5 to 10 minutes, a fantasy football segment from Fantasy Football Guy Cy. I got to give a shout out to my boy Holden. He started that segment years ago. It's what gave me the motivation to even do a podcast in the first place. And I really want to bring that back because I spend enough time on fantasy football as this, so I might as well start giving out tips, especially to all my weekly texters that ask me for lineup advice. So I'm going to get ahead of it this year. So you guys can hold me accountable there.
Nice, guys. And the only other thing I have to say is, ironically enough, Evan is running the Spotify, the YouTube. He's great with all that. But I'm the actual editor most of the time. So when I'm editing these videos and we have guests on, I want takes, good and bad. I want you to agree and disagree with us, preferably disagree. Good press is bad press. So if you're a guest watching this, you want to come on the show, just keep that in mind. And it's fun-loving atmosphere. Anything goes up here with Mondays Down South.
I guess without further ado, we'll send you guys to the first episode of Mondays Down South, Season 4, presented by Seams Media as well. So thanks as always. Appreciate all the support like we mentioned last year, and excited to give you bigger and better things here in 2024. So thanks again and enjoy Season 4 of Mondays Down South.